perfect for the humid jungle. Mom's last words when I got out of the car at the airport were, "At least there are no alpine peaks in Burma." I didn't think there were either. It turns out we were both wrong. Lewin just said something to me, which I couldn't understand, then disappeared into the green tangle to either relieve himself or kill a little animal with his deadly slingshot. We've been with him for over a week. In that time, I've never seen him miss. When the rubber goes back, something dies. He carries his projectiles, steel ball bearings, I think, in a little pouch strapped around his long yi, which is a brightly colored tube of cotton cloth. Lewin's long yi is especially garish, red with bright yellow snake-like squiggles on it. Most all Burmese wear these skirts, knotting the long yis around their waists. Long yis are practical attire in the jungle. They are light and cool and take up virtually no space in a bag or a pack. They can be washed in a stream and dried in the sun within a few minutes. Well, not totally dried. Nothing really dries out here. Ethan started wearing a long yi as soon as we left Yangon on the train. Alessia donned a long yi 3 days out and looks a lot better in one than Ethan does. I'm still wearing my nylon pants and t-shirts in the ridiculous belief that they will protect me from biting insects. My entire body is one big bite. Many of the bites are infected and have turned into weeping sores, which will no doubt leave lifelong scars. Both Ethan and Alessia have begged me to switch to a long yi. They have as many bug bites as I do, maybe more, but their logic is that they are cooler while being slowly eaten to death. "Peek, give yourself over to the little Asia skirt. You will be happier," Alessia said in her sweet French accent. So far, I have stuck to my tees and pantalons. I've been taking French at school for a year. I would rather itch in pants than itch in a skirt. A minute ago, a glob of stinking black ooze hit my chin and neck. Some of it got into my mouth. I spat it out, cursing Lewin's elephant, Nagatin, who's always flipping crap at us with his gigantic and agile trunk. He's as good with his trunk as Lewin is with his slingshot. I used to love elephants until I met the murderous Nagatin. Elephants are Burma's four-legged loggers. They are trained almost from birth to harvest trees from Burma's vast teak forests. Teak is one of the country's most valuable exports, along with rubies and opium. A timber elephant lives its long life deep in the forest with its human handler, or Uzi. All of this was explained to me by Ethan, who seems to know everything there is to know about Burma, except for the language and where we are. I forgot to mention that we have been lost for several days. Back to Nagatin. He's what's known as an iron bell, a dangerous elephant. When it becomes too hot to work in the timber camps, the Uzis set their elephants free in the forest to forage for the night. The following morning, the Uzis wake up at dawn, eat a simple breakfast of rice and green tea, then wander into the forest to find their elephants. The Uzis find their elephants by listening for their elephants' bells. The Uzis make the bells out of teak. Each one has a different tone, and the Uzi knows what his elephant's bell sounds like. Nagatin wears an iron bell around his thick neck, which sets him apart from the other timber elephants. The sound of the iron bell is a warning that a potentially aggressive elephant is in the area. According to Lewin, via Alessia, Nagatin has killed 3 people. 2 of them were Uzis. The third victim was a young woman who had wandered out of the elephant camp into the forest early one morning and ran across the foraging Nagatin. Lewin claims that the military was going to execute Nagatin, which Alessia did not believe. She didn't challenge him on his story, but she told me later that she knew of timber elephants who had killed a half-dozen people and were still working in the forest. "Timber elephants are worth much more than the drivers on their backs," she said. The government owns most of the timber elephants. Lewin said he talked to the military into giving Nagatin to him under the condition he'd take Nagatin up country, where he could no longer harm the teak workers. Ethan thinks that Lewin got sick of working hard in the forest for $10 a month